This is going to be talking about the components, and I'm going to be showing you some components, and then I'm going to be doing some reviewing of it, and that's about it. So, Battle of Gog, it's quite a big box here. It's what you see right in front of you. It's a little over 12, a little over a foot. It actually didn't fit properly in my bookshelf, which isn't a problem because I do have a special section for taller games. It is a taller game. As you can see why. It came with this beautiful compartment inside of it where you can individually fit every single one of these tiles that already came pre-cut in the box. Everything was already set up for you. You just had to pull them out and then open the cards. Here's the cover with this beautiful art. I'll show you a closer picture. That is Gog, the warrior. And then a cool thing about the game real quick, or the box, so you want to pull everything out of the box and you want to leave the container, the holder inside of the box, and then you want to take that same box, and I want to remind everyone to keep the foam pieces that come inside of the box. Don't throw them away. That's very important because when they're shipping the box to you, it raises this box off of this box the perfect amount for what I'm about to show you. So don't throw those away. Keep those and put those back in the box to hold all the items in. But the reason why it's there is because when you flip this box over, you have this checkered design on the back, and that's there for a specific reason, as well as this perfect height ledge. So this ledge is here because when you're playing tiles down on the box, those tiles aren't going to be falling off of the box. So this becomes your game board itself. And those squares there are to help you line up your tiles perfectly. So this is a review video and a components video. I'm not going to go into the game and how to play it, but I do want to mention that Crazy Box is one of the only ones with, if not the only one, with this box design where the bottom part sinks in to the top of it when the foam pieces are removed for you to hold your game pieces on it and they don't slide off. It does make it more transportable. Keep those foam pieces. These are the components and the directions. The directions for this game is this single brochure sized, or larger than a brochure, sheet. It has beautiful art right here on this page on the contents. I like to hold that up to show you the contents and then go over each of them separately. It comes with a 24 pack of treasure cards. I do personally wish the treasure cards and the ability cards had designs on them symbolizing that they're treasure cards, but these are the treasure cards. The entire stack is treasure cards, and they have different things on the back of them. They show you in the directions what those items mean. These are the barn cards. I don't like that these don't have a back to them. They just have the barn and a number on each side. It would be nice if they had a beautiful design like this. But those are the barn cards. The ability cards are right here. That's the next item on the list. Those are the ability cards. The ability cards have this beautiful art on the other side. No words to give you issues. Those are in the instructions. You may prefer those to be on the cards, but they are still provided to you in the directions. All right, now if you're a lover of dice, here we are. We got tons of dice for you. We got 52 dice for you, all in different colors, plus the 2 black dice here at the bottom. So that's these. And these dice, they may win some points for people who love dice, but they win points for me in quality because these are some quality dice. There's different sizes, there's different colors. You may call them custom dice because they are special sized and have special designs on some of them. Like this, looks like a stamp in my opinion. Well, that's all of these down here. You got piles and piles of dice. Each color represents your soldiers in your cities. Down here, we have some map tiles. That's those. Cute little designs on them. Each map tile has technically 9 squares. You can see it better in this one. These are all pre-cut already. I'm not personally a big fan of the quality of these tiles right here. Dice are great. I wanted to mention at the end of the cards, I don't like the cards. They're paper. They're not coated in plastic. I'll get to it. Here's the scrolls. That's next on the list. White back again. They're not the worst quality. These chips are all the resources right here. They actually are very good quality, probably because they're smaller. Then you have the aid cards. Those are right there. I'm not going to lift them up. Actually, I will, because these are great cards. They're very helpful. Every player gets their own aid card, and they really help. Now, I want to show you miniatures. If you're a fan of miniatures, here you are. Very detailed, very beautiful. Gog and the Angel of Retribution. Alrighty, so let me get into my review of the game now. I want to talk about the quality. The quality of the components, I give them a 4. The dice really won them from being a 3 because of the low quality of the tiles. The low quality of the tiles and some of the cardboard would have dropped it down another point. The dice brought it back up because those are really nice dice. The paper cards drop it by a point. I'm a big card guy, so if your cards, and it's not just the fact that they're paper cards, it's the fact that they're off-size cards, and they're not going to fit in plastic sleeves. This might, but that's not going to fit in the standard plastic sleeve without banging around. So that right there, definitely quality 4. The directions, they would have been a 3. And just the quality there. So the directions are a 3. And the reason is everything, it's kind of all over the place. So over here in the abilities, it tells you one of the ways of getting an ability card is winning your first battle, but it doesn't explain that over here in the phase where you're actually battling, or where it's talking about fighting here. So like things are all over the place in the directions, but it is small directions, and most of the stuff is here, which brings me to my next point. There's some confusing things in the directions, and they're not explained that well. There's some ambiguity about what you could do in certain situations. So I give the directions a 3. Those could be rewritten. The gameplay itself, it is a very fun game. I would advise you to get past your first or second game, because in your first or second game, you might think that it's very luck-based. And at first, it kind of does seem that way. When I played this, when you play this, you're going to be choosing treasure cards. And those treasure cards are going to allow you to either affect yourself or affect other people. And I kept pulling a good card, but it was giving it to someone else. So I ended up getting screwed over because of the luck part of the game. There is some strategy, though, as I noticed in one of my games where the cards didn't affect either of us, and someone tried to play with the same strategy that they won them that game. And you can, play with some strategy and still win. So what you're doing is you're going around this board and you're trying to determine where you want to place your 3 cities. Those cities are demonstrated by the big dice. Then you're going to determine how you want to go about winning the game. There's 3 ways to win this game. You can either be completely battle battle ready, just get out there and attack and destroy everyone. That's one of the ways to win the game. That's not the only ways to win the game. So if you don't like battling games, this game can still be for you. One of the ways is to destroy every castle of the other person, every city that the other person owns. You do that by surrounding their city with men or women. The second way to win the game is to have a soldier be completely pacifist, but have soldiers on each corner of the board. You don't have to attack anyone to do that. A third way is to win by buying or getting scrolls. There's a couple ways to get scrolls. You can attack other cities and take down those cities to get scrolls. You can get gold and buy the scrolls with gold. Or you could land on there is one tile on this board that gives you a scroll automatically and doesn't let anyone else buy that scroll unless they beat you. It's right here. So I like that they actually balanced some strategy in this game, some luck in this game, and they allow you to win in different ways other than just battling. There's still a little more luck than I would like in this game. So I would give it between a 4 and a 4.5. I would probably give it a 4.5. So I think I would give the total score of this game a 3.5, but you can only rate 0 to 5, so I'm going to give it a 4. I would go out, I would recommend this game and buy this game. It's actually pretty fun. I'm getting some clarifications on some of the rules, and then I'm going to be creating a review video of gameplay and setup and explanation of those confusing points. Thank you. Have a good day.